I agree, and I do think that there's definitely some merit to, maybe both papers. You know, we have a village that there's a lot of people that get the Lakeview paper, but we also have a bigger township, and there's a lot of coverage in the daily news on our township and throughout the county that I think it would be worth looking at both of them. So, I appreciate this, and, we'll definitely, keep it for future consideration. Anybody else?
Jenny Town, Cato Township. I have several things on here and some of them that you've already touched on, but I'll just briefly go over them. One of my questions is brining. Like, why is Cato Township like putting the least amount of brine of any township in the county on their roads? Every other township puts at least 3 applications with 1,650 gallons. We put 1,000, which gives us one strip down the middle, and if you wanna drive in it, you have to drive down the middle of the road. And it's gone within a day. The next one is a security system. You already touched on that. I don't know why anybody would not want a security system in here, because this is a business, in my opinion, like every other business, and we handle a lot of money in here, and I don't know why you wouldn't want one in the treasurer clerk's office, because she's in here collecting taxes, hundreds of thousands of dollars a day, and we don't have anything anywhere for security around here. And also the sound and audio system, you talked about that. And I think that we need to rethink the cemetery thing with the spending $2,300 on the light pole for the flag, when we could put a solar dusk to dawn light on it for less than $100, and maybe spend that $2,300 to improve the cemetery roads or something else that needs to be done in the cemetery. Because our cemetery is in dire need of help. And then we could consider that, I think we should consider the assessor position and maybe look out for bids for that position. There's other people in the county that do assessing besides what we have. And also there's a sign for the Cato Township Hall, which Brandy talked about, because there's nothing identifying this township hall. And we're the only township hall in the county that doesn't have any identification on it. And I do endorse what you talked about with having our own website and somebody to maintain it, because the website now is not being maintained. It doesn't agree with the notices that go in the paper. It's not up to date, and there is just a cluster of no information. So you have to go like to 3 different places to find what you're looking for. And if we had a website, you could go to one website and look for it, or a notice on the building or something, but now we don't have any way to know where to go. So that's just my suggestions.
Thank you.
Matt Hubbard, I know the guy that does the company that you're talking about, Marcy, and it's absolutely easy. I get your concerns, Todd, of voting, but he can put a cover on it, or he can shut it off at any point in time. In any other township has security, and they vote in there as well.
Right.
That's a big concern. I was a party involved in that, and that's a concern, because there was something said that didn't truly happen. And this is your guys' deal, not the public. That would straighten out all the problems. The other thing, touching on what you were saying, the cemetery flagpole, I guess the light is a good idea, but there's no electric. You wouldn't have no electric.
Right, but
So they have speakers that we actually went out there and put speakers up. So that's kind of the idea of running electric there, so they'd have plugins as well, right there. So that's all I have on that, but that's kind of a big concern. The flagpole is not lit, and that it should be.
Oh, it never has been lit. There's no electricity there, like it's been there for years like that.
Is that all your comment?
Yes, yep.
Hi, Ken Lundwall from Cato Township. At the intersection of Vale and Cutler Roads, someone has dug a trough across the blacktop.
That's being repaved. It was supposed to have already been done. The county's paving that.
It's been a long
Yeah,
time.
it's
The
been
tear up,
over a month. It's just been.
it's at both ends.
I thought maybe it was one of the tire companies or.
Well, I'm meeting with the road commissioner tomorrow, and I can ask him, what the status is. I think I know what you're talking about. It's a very big bump.
It's a big strip.
You gotta slow way down for it. It's just kind of a hassle.
It's no different here by Walsall last year. That was there from spring clear till October.
Is there signage, I guess,
There's
to,
two
There's a cone
cones.
on each side. you
Bump.
know,
Sign that says
do you have enough, I guess,
Nevertheless,
time
You're just
to-
wanting to get the
I-
job done.
yeah.
55-mile limit, you know, there,
Put a
and,
culvert on
and,
there,
uh,
a bunch of shoulder work I think first, but they're gonna pay the line.
well, I can ask him just what the,
I don't know if it was a utility company that did it, but they really need to repair it.
like Todd said, it is gonna be all repaved is the plan. So how long that bump is gonna be there, I
But
could,
if you're gonna tear up a chunk and think, well, we're gonna repave this, well, tear it up the day before, not 2 months before. And you see a lot of people go by that aren't expecting it, man, they
hit it,
fly over that thing.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll mention it to him. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you for bringing it up. Anybody else? In the back?
I'm Amy Thomas, the Macomb 911 director. As you know, last month we had our 911 surcharge election, and I wanted to come up and personally say thank you to everyone. This was vital to our operations. Whether you voted yes or no, we appreciate you getting out and considering our proposal. And again, I welcome anybody to come in and tour and see what we have and what we're doing with it. And thank you, Todd. I know that was a lot of work, so I just want to come in and say thank you personally.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Otherwise, I think I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed?